sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Welcome to Rollin Field, everyone. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we are ready to go between the Bigfork Valkyries and the Loyola Breakers for a breast cancer awareness whiteout game on a gorgeous Saturday morning now, I should actually say. Not afternoon quite yet. We're about an hour away. Girls are on the field getting ready to go. It's breast cancer awareness. It's pink out, white out. Girls got their pink socks and pink ribbons in their hair. There's pink balloons everywhere. It's a lot of fun. I love it when our local youth get excited about causes, and this is such an awesome cause for them to get excited about. Just moments away, the Bigfork Valkyries and the Loyola Breakers, and well, the Breakers are playing some phenomenal soccer. They're putting themselves in a position to be one of the top 3 teams in the state right now, and a win over the Valkyries would put them in a superb position. It'll be Bigfork with the ball first. Bigfork will go east to west as the field lies here. That would be right to left as we get ready to go to fire up today's game. We've got a great student section here. Saw some Ram football players as they had a huge win, 56-12 over Eureka. There's the whistle to start play, and we are underway here at Rollin Field. And Bigfork is going to drop it in. Loyola will take over right away. It's Lainey Walker with it in the middle of the field. She's going to try to send it to Kopang, but not enough on the give. And Bigfork will drop this one out. It's dropped back to Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten feeds it ahead, and now at the feet of Bigfork. Bigfork's going to switch fields to the far side, and streaming up the far side is Ashley Anderson for the Valkyries. It's picked up by Grace Daniel and centered to Emma Daniel. Emma Daniel is going to go ahead and push it up on the far side and drops it back to her sister Grace. Across, switching fields to McKenna Round. McKenna Round will bring it up and fed to Walker inside the bubble at midfield. She's going to have a nice crossover on the ball, pushes up on it and gets past the defender. Walker on the run. She's got Kopang, tries to feed it between the defenders, but a good handle on it by the Bigfork defender. Right there is the Breakers. They're going to pick it up, and Kriegel will drop it back and fed back in on the far side. This is Lainey Walker. Lainey Walker on the run on the near side. Walker has a move. She'll set it up, but not enough for Kopang. Kopang's going to turn, takes a shot, and that will be the first shot of the game for either side. So it's cleared out by the keeper, Naya Shara, out of bounds, and the Breakers will throw it in. Down the far sideline, chasing it down will be Bigfork. They're going to go ahead and turn the corner. And Walker will pick it up on the edge of the box. She has one defender stick a foot on there, but Walker's going to go ahead and drive it in. Walker centers it up, and nobody there, so this one's going to be turned the other direction. Back in, and a save for Shara. Bigfork working it up the far sideline, but picked up by Emma Daniel. Emma Daniel's going to center it to Walker. Walker's going to go ahead and switch fields, and it's Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten with the right foot centers it to Kopang. Kopang's going to turn with 2 defenders, and she'll get by the defender. She's got Huffman down the sideline, and she'll feed it to Huffman. Huffman up the near sideline, centers it. Walker is there, but the defender gets a foot on it. And Bigfork's going to clear it out. Loyola with pressure. Huffman will pressure. Kopang is there now. Off the foot, sent back into the zone, and Kopang's there. It's out of bounds, and we'll have a throw-in for the Breakers on the near side. I'm joined today by my daughter, Victoria, who is running the camera for you guys. Very special to have her here today with this one. So Huffman's going to go ahead and inbound it to Kopang. A foot on it. It'll roll over the end line, and we're going to have our first corner kick of the game. It's going to be Sydney Kopang to set this one up for the corner. Sent in by Kopang, and it's across the lip of the goal. Chased down now by the Breakers. Crossing over, centered, and picked up by the keeper. Shara is going to go ahead and boot this one out now with the drop kick. Takes her time and walks out to the goal box, and now it's kicked out. Chasing it down. On the run is Bigfork. Bigfork's got to run. They're going to come to the near side. Bigfork running to the near side, and Newman will come up and pick it up. Good run by Jordan Nelson, and Newman's going to boot this one to midfield. Picked up by Walker. Walker now feeds it to the near side to Huffman. Huffman's got room and time. Defender will take it off her knees, out of bounds, and the Breakers will have another throw-in. Breakers coming off of a big win on Tuesday to solidify their spot with Hamilton coming to town. Here's the throw-in by Kopang. She's going to toss this one way into the box to the feet of Walker. Walker's going to go ahead and take a left-footed shot, and it'll roll to the keeper. There's the boot by Shara. It's out. Nelson's going to run it down. Grace Daniels there. Drop back to Bombs. Actually, that's Dahl, and now Walker is going to run on it. Walker gets by one defender. She's got Kopang on sides. Walker goes ahead and takes a crack, and that shot will be wide of the goal. We'll have the boys here at 1 o'clock against the Vikings. This is a good boot by Shara. Down the sideline, out of bounds, and the Breakers will have the throw-in. Some cloud cover today here in Missoula. We're expected to have a little bit of rain tonight by 10 o'clock. But it's going to be gorgeous for our game. Here's Emma Daniel up the middle of the field. She's going to go ahead and feed it to Walker. Walker's got one defender. Feeds it forward to Kopang. Kopang will chase it down. Defender will pick it up. That is Alexandria Broughton for. And this one's dropped back to Walker. Walker's going to crack a shot, and it's going to be across the front of the goal. And that will give us a goal kick for the Vals. Chip to the near side and out of bounds. Breakers will have the throw-in. Huffman with a good throw to Kopang. Picked up by the defender and out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in for the Breakers. Kopang to throw. Looking for Walker in the middle of the field, and that's where she's going to go. Walker with a header. Sets it up, and it's at the feet of the Breakers, but cleared out by Bigfork. Walker will chase it down on the bounce. Settles it. Drops between two defenders. Now she's going to take a crack, and it's off the crossbar. Laney Walker with a big shot. Now this one's going to be taken from outside, and Bigfork will pick it up. Emma Daniel is there. Fed back in by Bombs. And Bombas will fight for it. That's Hannah on the far side. That's over the end line, and we'll have a goal kick coming for Bigfork once again. Substitutions for Bigfork on the sidelines. Shara with the chip. Picked up by Bigfork, but a touch on it. And Kopang will go down. She'll get up first and gives it to Walker. Walker on the run. She's got one on either side. Walker's going to get in the box, takes a crack, and it's over the goal. Lainey Walker, a freshman for the Breakers, has been inspirational this year. She has just played lights out. What an addition. I talked to her dad last week. She's got a younger sister that plays YMCA soccer, and he says, you know what? She is good at basketball. Lainey is good at basketball, but soccer is her first love, and, well, she spends a lot of time working on that. And I guess she also plays for City League. So you can see why she is such a great player. So here's the chip to the near side on the goal kick. Kopang to control off the bounce. She's going to center it up and fed ahead to Walker. The defender is there for Bigfork. A good right foot by Walker. Feeds it in, and Kopang can't get there. It's picked up by Shara of Bigfork. She's going to go ahead and walk it out to the goal box, and a drop kick sends it to the near side. Off the foot of Bamas. She'll chase it down, turns on the far side. Now she's up the sideline with one defender on from behind. Bamas now stops, centers it up across the top. Huffman will chase it down. Nelson is there, but Huffman will take it off the foot and fed to the near side to Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten ahead to Kopang. She'll chase it down, can't get there, and it's out of bounds. Bigfork throw in. Walker tries to put a move on. Drop back, and it's Dahl. Dahl will feed it ahead to Grace Daniel. She'll give it to her sister Emma at the midfield in the bubble. And now Emma will go on a run. Emma gets by one defender. Center tries to go to Kopang. Kopang with a foot on it. Defender is there. Kopang turns, and the shot is wide. Breakers are on the charge. In the first 10 minutes of play, they have 7 shots on goal. Shara with the goal kick. That one's going to bounce, picked up by the Breakers, fed ahead, and it's Walker. Walker splits the defenders with the pass. She's got Kopang around. Kopang's around. She's going to take a right-footed crack, and that one's on target, but Shara is there for the save. She's going to walk it out to the box now. Newman of the Breakers is all the way out of the box. She's the keeper. Only had one instance of action for Newman today, as Bigfork fishes this one out from the trees. And this one's down the line, picked up by Bigfork. It is Nelson. Nelson's going to center it, and there's Huffman there for the Breakers. She's going to drop it back to Round. Round's going to cross over and feeds it to the near side to Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten has one on. She'll get around and centers it to Kopang. Too much on the touch, and it's Bigfork to control. Here's Walker now picking up the pass, and it's Lechner. Lechner's going to push it up on the far side. Lechner's got to run, and she's going to go ahead and push it forward. And we'll have a goal kick coming. Substitution for the Vals. And there's the whistle to start play. Shara with the chip down the far sideline. Bigfork trying to keep it out of get it out of their zone, but the Breakers are just doing a great job of keeping it fed in there. So we've got a free kick coming for the Breakers now. It will be Sid Kopang to take it. It's on the corner of the box. Two-person wall for the Vals, and Kopang's going to launch this one over the goal. And a goal kick coming for Bigfork. Having to chase it down. They only have 3 game balls for high school soccer. They put one behind each goal, and then there's the one that's played on the field. Unlike lacrosse, where they've got balls lined up down the sidelines and on the inline to make it quick. And here's the goal kick. Bigfork is there, but chased down by Lechner. Lechner is going to go up the far sideline with one on, taken away, but Lechner is there to fight back, and it's picked up by Walker. Walker now, good crossover by Walker. She's going to split 2 defenders, gets the edge, toe on it, and Walker will cut back to the inside. Bigfork gets a foot on it. Von Dorsten will come up, and now it's picked up and at the feet of Britt Gunzler. And Nelson now up the near sideline. Nelson on the run. She's got one to beat. McKenna Round will step in on the errant pass, and Round will pick it up and take it to midfield. She'll feed it to Walker with 2 defenders. Comes to the near side to Kopang. Kopang down the sideline with one on. She'll dribble to the touch on the sideline. Drives in, and the defenders will get a foot on it. Corner kick coming for the Breakers. Kopang will set up the corner. As you can see, the crowd trying to work on a whiteout here. There's a lot of white shirts supporting breast cancer awareness. So awesome when the kids have the cause. Here's the kick by Kopang to send it in, and a header by Bigfork gets it out. Huffman will chase it down. She settles, gives it off to Kopang. Light touch, but Kopang will pick it up. Kopang now dribbling to the middle of the box. She's going to go ahead and dribble this one out. Drops it back to Von Dorsten. The defenders are pushed up to midfield. Emma Daniel with a foot on it. Gets it off the foot of the Bigfork player and drop back to Round. Round at midfield on the near side. Round with a touch to Emma Daniel in the middle of the field, and Daniel's going to go ahead and send it ahead. Kopang is there. Defender gets a foot on it. That is Lillian Peterson, and now it's Kopang up the near sideline. Kopang will keep it on the near sideline, dribbles it back behind her back to herself. Now send it in. Walker is there, but too much. Walker's going to put a foot on it, but the defender gets a foot on it and sends it out of the box. Chased down by Craig, and now it's Lechner. Lechner on the far side. Fighting for it off 2 Bigfork defenders. It'll settle on the end line, and we'll have a Val throw in. Can't see the clock here, but we're at the 23-minute mark, going off of my clock. Way the sun's sitting makes it tough to see. Bigfork with the throw in now. Emma Daniel is there with a header, and Bigfork with a whiff. Now they'll go ahead and pick it up controlled at the feet of Devin Payne, and Payne's going to send it out. Chased down by Bigfork on the run. Emma Daniel is there, takes it off the foot on the end line, down the sideline, stays in bounds, and Lechner will pick it up. Lechner has a defender kick it out. Alyssa Cumming. And the Breakers will throw in front of the Val bench. This is going to go ahead and bring in a substitution. It's going to be Hannah Bummus to come back in. Throw in to Lechner, picked up by the Bigfork defender, and turning the corner with space and time. Emma Daniel will step up now. Walker is there, gets it off, and Walker's going to take a shot from way outside. This one's off the crossbar. And the Breakers are going to set up with a corner kick once again. This time it'll be Laney Walker to take the corner. Just about halfway through this first half. Boys are at 1 to take on the Vikings. Good crowd here today. Student support. Walker will send it in. Kopang tries to put a head on it, but off target. Lechner chases it down, and Bigfork with a foot on it. Here's Emma Daniel now to take it off the foot of the defender. Switches it back to the inside. Daniel now with a chip into the box, and defenders are there. Cleared out. Emma Daniel's going to go ahead and take a crack. This is high, and a save by Schur. She's going to walk it out to the end line. And now the drop kick. Goes to the far sideline. Chased down by Nelson and Grace Daniel. Grace will get there first. It's going to roll out, and it'll be a breaker throw in. She's going to grab it and go right away. We get a whistle, and this one's going to be a free kick. Handball coming for the Breakers. It'll be Emma Daniel to take it. She's got a good foot. Sends it ahead. Lechner gets a foot on it, but picked up by Payne, and Payne's going to send it forward. Payne's got one on. It's chased down. Dahl is there onside and taking the shot. A chipper to the near side, and it's in. So the Vals, one shot and the goal, and they lead the Breakers 1-0. So Sid Kopang, and it was Audrey Benz to get it in the 19th minute, or in the 20th minute. It's Lechner on the far side and out of bounds. Breaker throw in, and that's just the way soccer goes, folks. I mean, Loyola has had the pressure, and they've kept the ball on the Bigfork side of the field, but all it takes is one run and a good chip, and that's going to change things. Throw into Lechner down the far sideline, picked up by Bigfork, turning the corner in front of Lechner. And now it's Emma Daniel. It's chased up the far sideline by Bigfork. Here we go with another run. This time the Breakers are there. Grace Daniel with a foot to stop the run by Nelson. Throw in down the sideline. Dahl is there. Dahl with a foot to send it to the sideline and out of bounds. Breaker throw in once again. This one's going to be sent into the box to Nelson, but Dahl is there with a header, and Walker gets a foot on it. Walker with the run. One on and stepping up, but Walker's going to go ahead and put a boot on it. Picked up by Bombs, and Bombs sends it ahead to Walker once again. Walker's got Kopang on the run. On sides. Defender is there. Fed ahead to Kopang. She'll switch over with a right foot. She's going to drive in. Stops. Crosses over deep into the box behind the back, and now turns near side, and the defender doing a good job of containing Kopang for the moment, but now it's at the top of the box. Enu Daniel will take a right-handed boot. The Bigfork defender is there and cleared out. Chased down on the far side. Nelson and Benz. And Benz will pick it up. She's got Nelson in the middle of the field, getting around Emma Daniel. Grace Daniel is there, fed to Nelson, and here comes Round to put a foot on it to stop the run. Round's going to push it to midfield. She's got Walker and Kopang. She goes to Lechner on the far side. Actually, that's Bombs. Bombs is going to push it. Defender with a foot on it. And it's Kara Niemeyer to kick it out of bounds. We've got a substitution here for the Breakers as Craig comes back in, and Lechner will have a seat. Throwing in is Grace Daniel. Goes to the feet. Bombs. Bombs switches field. Huffman with a chest stall. Drops it back and Round at midfield. Round comes to the near side to Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten feeds it ahead. Now Huffman on the run. She's got Kopang in the middle of the field. A touch, and the defender is there. And that's going to be a penalty kick coming for the Breakers right on the edge of the box. Or a free kick, I should say, coming right on the edge of the box. Nope, they're going to set this one up as a penalty kick. And it'll be Laney Walker or Sid Kopang. Usually it's Sid that takes the penalty kicks. So Sid Kopang will set up the penalty kick for the Breakers, looking to equalize here in the 16th minute. Here's Kopang. She's going to go to the near side, and it's in and good. The Breakers tie it up at 1 on the penalty kick. So tied at 1 now. About 15 minutes left in the half. There's the whistle, and Bigfork bends to drop it back. Now it's sent ahead on the chipper. Bomas is there. Amanda Hopkins on the far side, and drop back and controlled by Gunzler. Now it's ahead, and getting a foot on it is Grace Daniel. Midfielder will go down. Now it's ahead. Kopang with a shoulder to stay on it. Kopang crosses over, feeds it ahead to Huffman. Huffman has a defender there, and it's chipped out, and the advance is slowed down. Chip to the middle of the field. Now drop back. Sent ahead by Cumming. Nelson is there, but not before Dahl gets a foot on it. Kopang now to Daniel. Daniel's going to switch fields, or actually center it up to Walker. Walker will try to split 2 defenders, and she does. Walker crosses over on 1 defender, and it's picked up by Bigfork. Von Dorsten, and we get a whistle. This is going to stop time as we've got a foul on the ground. Don't see a number, but she's going to go ahead and hop up and walk it off. So we'll get back into action. And they're going to say a free kick for the Breakers taken by Von Dorsten. No, it'll be McKenna Round to come up and take it. She's going to go ahead and give it right to Bigfork. Great. Laney Walker is there. Walker will split the defenders, crosses over on 1 defender, takes a left-footed shot, and it's across the lip of the goal. Laney Walker, what a special young lady she is. Goal kick coming for the Vals. Shara will take it. And she chips it out to the far side off of a breaker, and this will be Bigfork ball just up from their bench. Laney Walker, a great addition to the team. Breakers losing their leader last year in Tessa Burke to graduation. Here's the throw in down the far sideline. And out of bounds. This time it'll be a breaker throw. Here's the throw down the sideline, trying to go to Laney Walker, and there is pain for Bigfork, but Walker will take it away. Centered to Kopang across the lip, and Huffman will chase it down. Huffman stops, settles the ball, drops it back, and Von Dorsten. Actually, Huffman's going to have it taken away, and now on the near side, running up as Huffman kicks it out, is Emma Mildren. Mildren now to throw in to Nelson. Huffman with a head on it, and Huffman will settle out of bounds, and this will be a throw in again. Trying to go to Nelson down the field, and Huffman with a foot on it. McKenna Round with a body, and now Dahl. Dahl will fight off Nelson. Emma Daniel feeds it ahead to Huffman. Huffman with a good give to Kopang. Foot there by the defender, but It's going to roll to the end line, and the Breakers will have a throw-in on the near side. Action-packed first half. Loyola controlling time of possession. Throw in to Kopang. She gets a head on it, trying to center it to Walker. Now it's at midfield. Craig is there, chased down by Bomas, the keeper. Bomas slides, and the keeper slide into each other. And that'll be a save for Charlotte. She waits for traffic to leave. And now drop kicks it out. Good drop kick, chased down by Benz, and Benz is going to push it. Benz with the only goal for the Bigfork as she runs up the far sideline. Centered now. McKenna around there with a header to send it to the far sideline. Is going to be bounced out of bounds, and this will be a throw-in as we've got substitutions waiting for Bigfork. Coming off will be Madigan Kinslow. And Bigfork's going to bring up a midfielder. So internal changes on the field as Kate Reese comes on the field. Here's the throw in by Benz, trying to drop it back to Mildred, and Walker will just take it away. Walker on the run. She's got Kopang, feeds it to Kopang. Kopang with a touch. Now she's got Walker in front of her. She's going to feed it ahead to Walker. Good feed to Walker. She's onside at the top of the box. Walker with a push. Keeper comes out. Shot on goal. And a save by Charlotte. Just about to the 10-minute mark here. Just before half. Ball kicked out. Cleared. And we're going to have a Bigfork throw-in at midfield. See Kenna Gunther's mom and dad here. I haven't seen Kenna, but that's pretty cool. Here's the throw-in at the feet of Dahl. Dahl's going to go ahead and push it past two defenders. Runs up with it. Dahl with a run. Has a defender there. Dahl will hold on to it. Dahl up the far sideline. And it's forced out of bounds. Substitution coming for the Breakers. And it's Lechner coming back in. And it looks like maybe Hannah Bombs is coming off. Bombas is coming off. Just about to halftime, so that means the boys are going to start getting ready to go as they're coming up out of the student section. Throw in to the feet of Lainey Walker. Walker's going to send it into the box across the lip to the near side and chased down by Bigfork. Kopang is there to put a foot on it, controlled out of bounds, and we'll have a Loyola throw in. And the Rams heading to the locker room. Here's the throw in into the box. Good throw. Walker is there, but Bigfork in control. Walker will turn the ball now off the foot. Sets up the left-footed shot, and that's in the goal. Lainey Walker continues her scoring streak in the 8th minute to give the Breakers a 2-1 lead over the Vals. So Bigfork at midfield now. You know, it's a great day, folks. There's a Grizz game going on. You should stop in and see our friends over at Paradise Falls. Paradise Falls, over 30 TVs. Great selection of food as this one's fed ahead. No matter what it's like outside, folks, it's always nice in Paradise. Stop in. They are your Grizz sports leader, as Round is going to pick this one up, and a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula, as Round feeds this one out of bounds. Trying to go to Von Dorston. Paradise Falls, proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula. Here's the throw in down the near sideline to Benz. Von Dorston is there, fought for. We get a whistle, and this is going to be the first free kick of the game for Bigfork. Coming up to take the kick will be Betty Gunzler. Boonsler is going to set it up near the sideline. 3-girl wall set up by Walker, Daniel, Emma, and Kopang. The Breakers holding the line for onside. This one's going to be sent into the box, and Von Dorsten is there, cleared out to the near sideline. And it'll be Nelson to throw it in. No, she's going to give it up, and it'll be thrown in by Reese. Reese goes to Nelson, turns, and Von Dorsten is there. Von Dorsten has been a big help on the defensive side for these girls as Walker's going to pick it up, sends it to Kopang, splits 3 defenders. Kopang down the near sideline, can't control it, out of bounds, and Bigfork will have the throw. But Von Dorsten, I mean, there was a big hole left with Kenna Gunther graduating last year on the defensive 4 for Loyola, and this one's going to be out of bounds. Bigfork throw it. Just under 6 minutes to play in the first half. Breakers lead 2-1. As taking time with the throw-in. Huffman is there. Sent ahead, but Round gets a foot on it. Reese for Bigfork pushes it to the far side to Benz. Benz has got Huffman there, and it's off the foot. Loyola trying to gain control, and Walker will pick it up on the bounce. Now fed ahead to Kopang. Kopang in the middle of the field, one on. She's going to turn the corner on the defender. She's got Lechner running down the field with her on her right. Feeds it ahead to Walker in the middle of the field. Walker with 2 defenders. Comes to the near side. Now Walker's going to take a left-footed crack, and that one's going to be off the hands of the goal. Good save by Shara. She'll hold for a moment on the drop kick as we hit the 5-minute mark. Booted out. And switching fields to Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten's got some time. Sends it up to Lechner. Lechner will get it on the line. Now Lechner centers it to Kopang off the foot of Reese. Kopang will chase it down with Reese there. Kopang now with the body gets around, and Kopang will control. Kopang now in the middle of the field. Little footwork, and back to Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten now near side. She's going to bring it up. Lechner is there. Gives it off to Lechner. Lechner wasn't ready, and Von Dorsten will send it ahead. Bigfork sends it. Emma Daniel will chase it down. Buns is there. Benz with a good footwork, and it's sent ahead. Dahl to chase it down. Nelson is there, and Dahl's going to drop this one back to her keeper, and Newman's going to put a foot on it, but it's short kick, and Dahl will pick it up. Dahl now gives it off to Emma Daniel on the far side at the 4-minute mark. Huffman is there with a good body, and controlling is Benz, but Huffman will take it off the foot. Now centered to Walker in the middle of the field. Walker now will push. She's got Reese on her, sends it ahead to Kopang. It's charged ahead, and running it down is Amanda Hopkins. She'll kick it to the far sideline. Craig will pick it up and try to drive it into the box. A foot on it by the Bigfork defender, and bodies sent ahead. Huffman there puts the defender on the ground, and she'll maintain control. Now Craig chases it down off the sideline, out of bounds, and substitution coming for the Breakers, as well as Bigfork. So Craig to come off, Hannah Bomas to come on. It'll be Mildren off, and looks like Alexandra Broughton on for Bigfork. This one's sent ahead between the legs of the defender, and now Nelson will chase it down, picked up by Walker. Walker will get around Nelson. Nelson does get a touch on it. Reese steps ahead. Kopang back to Walker, the give and go. Walker back to Kopang in the middle of the field. Kopang splits 2 defenders. Kopang on the run. Stepping in, and it's Round. Round now. She's going to be chased down by Benz. And this one's going to be ahead to Walker. Walker with the turn. She's got 2 defenders. Gets around 1 defender. Now 2. Sends this chipper over the goal as we approach the 2-minute mark. So we hit the 2-minute mark. The clock has stopped. Shara with the goal kick. And chasing it down is Von Dorsten. Lechner is there, and it's McKenna Round to pick it up as it rolls back into the breaker end of the field. Sent ahead. Reese is there for Bigfork. Reese is going to give it a good right foot to send it ahead, and Dahl will come back. Dahl to stop it. Round is there, sent to the sideline, and Bigfork will set up for a throw-in. It'll be a Reese to throw. She's going to drop it back. One touch send, and Walker will come up with it. Walker with time. She's going to go ahead and send it ahead to Kopang on the bounce and chased down by Gunsler. Gunsler and Kopang fight for it. Gunsler will get control. Now Kopang with a body. Gunsler goes down. No whistle, so Kopang will push it up the far sideline. She is flanked by Cumming. Cumming now right there with Kopang. Kopang to cross over. Now Kopang drives in. Kopang with one arm from behind. Stalls the ball. Now she's going to go ahead and set it up to Walker. Walker with time and space. Crosses over on the defender. Looking to take the left-footed crack, and it's off the shin of a Bigfork defender. Sent out of the box. Emma Daniel will pick it up. Turns the corner on one defender. Gets around Reese, and now Emma Daniel will rush in. She's got Walker. Defender is there to Kopang. Kopang with a touch, and that's going to be an easy pickup for Charlotte. Sure. With the drop kick inside the 2-minute warning, or 2-minute stoppage time. Bella Johnston on the field trying to get there. Huffman with, or no, that's Dahl. Dahl with some footwork, but Nelson will take it away. Nelson up the near sideline. Nelson with Dahl there. Dahl with a body and pushes Nelson to the end line. Should be out of bounds, and it is out of bounds. This will be a breaker throw-in. And Von Dorsten will have the throw. Here's the throw by Von Dorsten. She's got a good one, but Nelson will get a foot on it. Centered. Emma Daniel sends it ahead to Walker. A foot on it by Bigfork. And McKenna Round will chase it down. Round with time and space. She's going to send it ahead. She does have Kopang. A header. And Von Dorsten now controlled by Lillian Peterson. And that's the whistle for halftime, folks. So the Breakers take a 2-1 lead at the end of the half after Bigfork scores the first goal of the game. We'll be back in just a few moments with your halftime report. You're listening to Loyola Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Round Carlino Investment Planning Group of D.A. Davison & Company is a proud supporter of Loyola Sacred Heart Athletics. D.A. Davison & Company is your hometown investment team. As certified financial planners, Ray Round and Sidney Carlino create smart strategy of wealth planning and investment management. Take advantage of the largest full-service investment firm in the Northwest and Ray and Sidney's experience. Call 543-8244 today. D.A. Davison & Company, member SIPC, the strength of advice.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Welcome back to MPSN. Sorry about that there. We were just checking things out here. So the Loyola Breakers lead the Bigfork Vals at halftime 2-1. Right now, the boys will play at 1 o'clock. Boys trying to play their way into a top spot in Class A soccer. You know, Bigfork and Loyola are the only Class B schools that are playing Loyola. But coming up, Breakers and Rams will host Stevi on Tuesday. Girls first, ladies first at 3 o'clock, and then it will be at Frenchtown on Thursday. Ladies first once again at 3 o'clock, and then we'll have Ram football on Friday, and Rams and Breakers back into action again once on Saturday as well. So a full week of action. We're going to go ahead and step aside. When we come back, we'll have more of your halftime right here on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Garden of Reading has a large stock of books, gifts, music, toys, and more. Stop into Sacred Grounds for their full-service coffee bar featuring Missoula's best gourmet coffee. While you're there, pick up a pound of Garden of Reading's award-winning fudge and get a half pound for free. Garden of Reading is Missoula's home for the best dietary supplement, Define 8. Garden of Reading is located at 2621 Brook Street. Garden of Reading is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
The Round Carlino Investment Planning Group of D.A. Davison & Company is a proud supporter of Loyola Sacred Heart Athletics. D.A. Davison & Company is your hometown investment team. As certified financial planners, Ray Round and Sidney Carlino create smart strategy of wealth planning and investment management. Take advantage of the largest full-service investment firm in the Northwest and Ray and Sidney's experience. Call 543-8244 today. D.A. Davison & Company, member SIPC, the strength of advice.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of prep sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Lunch and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network, as we are just about ready for the second half here at Rollin Field between the Breakers and the Vals, but we're going to take a little look at some halftime stats. For Bigfork, 1 goal off of 1 shot, no corner kicks. Naya Sharo would have 9 saves. It would be Audrey Benz who would have the only goal in the 20th minute. Bigfork would have 1 free kick and 7 goal kicks. For Loyola, they would get their 2 goals off of 17 shots and a total of 3 corners in the first half. Megan Newman, she had 1 go by her, but that's all the action she had, as no shots on goal, or 1 shot on goal. The only one coming is the one that went in the back of the net. Sydney Kopang will put the Breakers on the board in the 16th minute off of a penalty kick, and then Lainey Walker would have a left-footed boot to find the back of the net to give the Breakers the 2-1 lead. 3 free kicks for the Breakers and 1 penalty kick that did earn the goal, and that's how we got to a 2-1 score here at Rollin Field. So just moments away from the start of the second half as the girls are getting ready to go here at Rollin Field. Breakers will be going from east to west, right to left in the second half. And they have done a good job. Today is Breast Cancer Awareness Day, white out, and they've done a great job of having the white out here. A good crowd supporting. Student section are in as well. Rah-rah cheering on these ladies, and the boys will be up next. Bigfork boys are warming up on the Breaker softball field to the left of us. Sid Kopang set to go at midfield as we are about to roll out and start the second half. Boys are at 1. There's the whistle, and we are underway here at Rollin Field. Breakers to control. Kopang at midfield. A foot on it by Nelson, and Reese will pick it up. Bigfork looking to put the pressure on. It'll be Emma Daniel to pick up the centering kick, and Ashley Anderson with the foot. McKenna Round comes up with it. Centers it to Emma Daniel for the Breakers. Daniel at midfield sends it ahead, and a boot by Mildren will put it into the Breakers side of the field. Breakers owned possession in that first half. I don't have the official time, but I do know that they had it for the majority of the time. And here is Nelson now with a good spin and a play on the ball. Nelson's going to speed ahead, and Dahl will get a shoulder on it. And now it's Walker. Walker with one on will get around the defender. Now Walker will push up the near sideline. Feeds it ahead to Kopang. Kopang with one on. Kopang around the defender. Some shoulder work. Kopang gets there. Now stalls. Centers it to Craig, and Craig with a whiff, and now it's Lechner, or Bomas. Bomas will take a shot. Now Craig again with the left foot, and that one's going to come across. Kopang slips it between the legs of the defender, or of the keeper. And in the 38th minute, Sidney Kopang will make it 3-1. Breakers. And just like that, the Breakers break away. So now we're set at midfield. Nelson will drop it back to Reese. Reese is going to send it ahead, and McKenna round with a chest stall. Settles it on the ground, gives it off to Daniel. Daniel's going to go ahead and give it up to Craig. Craig with a toe on it. And she's going to have the run picked up and controlled by Cumming of Bigfork. Cumming sends it ahead, and then Huffman is there. Huffman will settle the ball. Tries to center it to Walker, but too much. There's Bomas. Bomas is there. Emma Daniel will pick it up, and that one's off the chest of Mildred. Emma Daniel will chase it down. She's got one on, and she's going to go ahead and turn the corner. Good foot move. She's got Huffman to the near side, but gives it off to her sister Grace. Now back to Emma. Emma sends it. Touch on it by Bigfork. Nelson. Huffman is there, and Nelson will have it off the foot. This is going to be a breaker throw-in, and Huffman gets right into it. She's got Walker, and Reese is there with Walker. Walker receives the throw-in down the near sideline, taking her time. Two defenders on. Splits the defenders. Foot on it by Alexandra Broughton, and Emma Daniel will send this one back into the box. It bounces out. Daniel now with a feed. It's Bomas with a foot there, but nice job by Gunsler of Bigfork, and Gunsler will send it out to Mildred. McKenna round picks it up at midfield, switches field to Huffman. Huffman with a toe around the defender, and now Huffman will push with one on. Huffman up the near sideline, centers it to Kopang, but too much, and that'll be a pickup on the bounce for the keeper. Naya Shara in the box for Bigfork. She's got the drop kick to the near side. It's going to come out of bounds, and Loyola will have the goal kick. Here's the throw. Trying to go to Emma, but Walker picks it up. Walker around the defender, feeds it ahead to Kopang. Kopang and Payne struggle for it, and Payne comes up with it. She's going to feed it to Nelson on the near side. And Nelson feeds it ahead. Picked up by Dahl. Dahl will edge it to out of bounds. And this will be thrown in by Wens. And just like that, it's picked up by Emma Daniel. Daniel's going to send it ahead. Two defenders there for Bigfork. Kopang will run up, and it's kicked out of bounds by Hannah Krutzinger. Be Sydney Kopang as she gets a cheer from the Loyola student section. Very popular here. Kopang with a good throw into the box. Walker is there. Walker outside the box. She's going to take the right-footed crack. It is over the keeper's head, off the crossbar, and it's in! Amelia Craig with the goal in the 34th minute to make it 4-1 Breakers. And she is ecstatic, as well as the rest of the Breakers. That's her first goal of the year, folks. Well deserved and a long time coming. So we'll set back up at midfield with Bigfork. Drop to Reese. Reese is going to send it ahead, and It's Dahl who is there. Dahl comes to the near side and chased down by Huffman. Huffman tries to clear it. It's off the knee of Gundler and right away sent ahead to Kopang. This one's cleared out of the zone, but Emma Daniel is there. Emma Daniel will keep it on with 4 defenders. Emma Daniel fights through. Nelson comes up with it, and now it's Dahl to send it ahead to Walker. Walker's got one on from behind. Walker's going to go ahead and push it. Feeds it ahead. It's Bomas. And now Bomas trying to get it out, and Mildred will send it ahead for Bigfork. Round is there. It's Round and Benz, and Benz will drop it back to Nelson. Nelson's going to feed it to the near side. Chased down by Grace Daniel, who drops it to Megan Newman. Newman with a foot on it, chips it out, trying to go to Huffman. And Huffman is there, but Nelson will control. Now Huffman now takes Nelson off the ball. Emma Daniel to feed it ahead, and Huffman will chase it down. Time and space. Lots of space for Huffman. Huffman centers it. She's got Walker, but she goes to Kopang into the box, and this will be picked up on the roll by the keeper. Shara will wait for traffic to move. Now the drop kick to midfield. This is a good kick to midfield. Little bounce. McKenna Round with a thigh stall. Crosses over on Bwens and fed ahead now. It's Bomas. Bomas centers it to Walker. Walker with 2 defenders. Tries to fight through, and it's going to be pain to come up with it as Walker goes down. This is going to bring up a free kick for the Breakers. 32-19 left in the game. Breakers with 2 quick goals. This is up to Kopang, and we'll have a goal kick coming for Bigfork. The Rams and the Vikings will play at 1 o'clock. We get a whistle, and it looks like a card might be coming out here. Yellow card coming. And it's going to be on Ashley Anderson. So Anderson to pick up the yellow card. That'll send her off. Substitutions. Looks like Lechner is going to come in. And Craig will come off. Free kick coming, and it's booted out of the zone very quickly. And this is going to be a throw-in as they chase down the ball. Rams at 1. They've got their pink socks on as well. Love it when the kids get into causes like this. We have so many great young people in the Missoula community, as this one switched to the far side and picked up by Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten will send it up the sideline. It'll be Bomas to pick it up, but taken away by a Bigfork. Controlling and centering is Payne. Picked up by Daniel. Daniel will feed it to Kopang. Kopang and Walker are there together. Kopang goes down. No whistle. Kopang slow to get up. Walker feeds it ahead, and this is going to be just a little bit too much on the cross. And Shura will drop kick it out. Breakers will have a throw in. As they chase the ball down here, it'll be Huffman to throw it in. You know, folks, if life has got you and you need a little help, well, If it comes to legal help, you should get a hold of our friends over at Tip Coburn and Associates. Lawyers fighting for Montanans since 1959. Tip Coburn and Associates, proud sponsors. Give them a call at 406-549-5186 or visit them online at www.tcsattorneys.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montanans since 1959. Walker with it now. For the Breakers, it's in the box and kicked over the end line. Corner kick coming for the Breakers. Loyola would have 3 corners in the first half to Bigfork's. They didn't get any. It'll be Walker to set it up. She puts it on the sideline portion of the circle, sends it in, and the foot there will put it back out, and they'll redo the corner. And growing up playing soccer, the corner kick was one of my favorite spots. I played defender as a sweeper, to be specific. It was my favorite defensive position because you could really get some banging around in there. As this one's crossed ahead and fed back in. The shot, deflection, and a save. By Shura. But it was a lot of fun on those corner kicks to play defense because there's a lot of bodies banging around down there as this one's drop kicked to the near sideline. And it'll roll out. Huffman will chase it down. But for the offensive side, too, I got to come down and play corner kick on the offensive side as Kopang will let this one roll by. Kopang on the run. She's going to stop, hesitate, look like she's going to take a shot. Now steps on it. Reese is there, but Kopang will control. Kopang now centers it up. It's Walker. Walker, she's going to drive it in. It's off the knees. The deflection, and it's kicked out of bounds. We'll have a throw-in. Lots of traffic in the box, but Breakers not able to capitalize. But on the offensive end, it was a lot of fun, too, because got to get up in there. I was able to score a couple of goals off of a scissor kick, and my favorite way was off the old hip. Here's the throw into Walker into the box, and it's going to roll out of bounds, and we'll have a goal kick coming. No, they say corner kick for the Breakers. I like to put a body on the defender and use my hip. I scored a handful of goals off of a hip check. It'll be Kopang to take the corner. This one's into the box. Walker is there. Lechner gets a body on it. Lechner with a foot up there. It's in the air, cleared out, and chased down by Bomas out of bounds, and we'll have a throw-in for the Breakers on the far side. I love the set piece, though. Getting that cross, sending it in, and watching the bodies bang for it. This is thrown into Walker. She'll let it go by, and the defender will kick it high out. And Von Dorsten will pick it up in front of the goal. In front of the bench. Walker is there. Reese is there. Walker now with a foot on it. Sends it into the box, and Nelson will clear it out. Now Walker comes to the near side. Kopang will settle and takes a chipper shot, and it's wide of the goal. Goal kick coming as Bigfork will have 3 substitutions coming in. They're going to bring Bella Goodson off, as well as Mildren and Gunzler. So action ready to go. Here's the goal kick coming. And right in front of Kopang. Kopang will come up and challenge Broughton out of bounds, and Kopang will have the throw once again. This was going to roll right down by nice little young man is going to go ahead and give it back to Kopang so she doesn't have to chase it down. Kopang now with the throw-in. Emma Daniel with a header to send it in the box. It's controlled by Bigfork. Daniel will come up and challenge, and Bomas will chase it down. Bomas trying to get around Madigan Kinslow, and she will. Now Kinslow with a good step from behind. Emma Daniel is there. Vols and Breakers continue to fight in front of the Breaker bench, and Emma Daniel will pick it up. Tries to center it up. Bombas will run up on it. She's got one. Sends it into the box, and this one's kicked out of bounds. Breaker throw in on the far side. Good job. Good thought by Hannah Krutzinger to send that one back out. Wind coming up here at Rollin Field. American flag starting to wave at us next to the scoreboard. Throw in by Daniel. Daniel will pick it up on the run as it's dropped back, trying to center it, and it is controlled by Bigfork at the feet of Payne. Payne will send it ahead, and Grace Daniel comes to Huffman on the near side. Huffman with space, now challenged by Reese. Huffman will send it ahead to Kopang. Too much. Huffman to control once again. Reese is there, sends it to Kopang. Kopang crosses over on the defender. Right-footed crack off the defender. Huffman is there, off of Huffman's back. It rolls to the end line and will be kicked out of bounds. We'll have a Breaker throw-in on the near side. Our good friend John Newman on the sideline taking photos. Newman for photography. He's a great sports photographer. He does some other stuff too, as well as senior pictures and profile pictures, as Emma Daniel fights for it. Isabella Johnston is in. Daniel's going to go ahead and drop this back to Von Dorsten, and on the one touch gives it ahead to Walker. Walker trying to control. A toe on it by Cumming. And chased down by Huffman. Huffman up the near sideline, and Huffman's going to go down. We're going to see another yellow card flash. And that's going to be on Nelson. So Nelson's going to pick up a yellow card. And a free kick coming for the Breakers. It'll be Kopang to take it as we approach the 22-minute mark. Boys warming up, both Bigfork and Loyola on the Breaker softball field here. Great complex here at Rollin. We got the Sister Rita Mudd center as Kopang's got a high kick over the lip of the goal, out of bounds, and goal kick coming for Bigfork. But we got the Sister Rita Mudd Athletic Center, where the Rams and Breakers play basketball. The Breakers have volleyball. And then the Breaker softball field just outside the gym doors. And then Rollin Field, which is the home of Ram football and, of course, Ram and Breaker soccer. Here's the goal kick, and it's going to be out of bounds in front of the Breaker bench. Loyola throw-in. It'll be Von Dorsten to pick it up. Actually, no, it's Walker to take the throw to Kopang. Kopang with one defender on the end line. She's going to go ahead and center it up. She's got Lechner. Lechner tries to go. Huffman off the crossbar. Lechner with it there on the rebound. Now Huffman. Huffman will drop it back, and Walker will have to chase it down, but not before it's picked up by Payne. Payne sends it ahead, and it's Grace Daniel to center it. Now Round drives it upfield and goes to Johnston on the far side. Johnston will chase it down, flanked by Cumming of Bigfork. Johnston and Cumming now. Johnston settles it, or centers it, and Lechner will chase it down. There's Emma Daniel. Emma Daniel in the box. She'll take the shot, and it's going to get just past the lip of the goal. Emma Daniel is another one that I've really enjoyed watching play. She's a senior this year, the lone senior for the Breakers. But I first was introduced to Emma her sophomore year, and she was a little shy, tentative girl. Watched her for soccer last year as Walker's going to take the crack, and it's just wide of the goal. And she became a little more aggressive, I noticed, last year during soccer, as Bigfork's going to bring substitutions back in. Nelson will come back in. It looks like Mildren will come in as well. But and then in basketball last year, you know, she was the shortest girl on the court, but the biggest heart. and was just roughhousing with some of those big girls from Bigfork and Anaconda, and where all the... And then this year, she's been very aggressive. So it's been fun to watch Emma Daniel progress through the last couple of years, as Walker's going to pick up the goal kick. Walker with 3 defenders on, sends it to Kopang on the near side, is chased down, and on the end line, picked up by Shura. And that's what I love about what I do. I get to know some of these young people, and I get to watch them develop. Some of them with multiple sports. As this one's kicked out and kept in. And Newman will have her first action of the second half on the save. She only had 1 save in the first half. 1 shot on goal that she let go by. Sometimes that's all it takes. It's Benz now with it. Benz is going to go ahead and send it into the box. Nobody there, and Newman will pick it up on the roll leisurely. Megan Newman. As I mentioned, Newman Photography, well, that would be John Newman's daughter, Megan. And soccer is a thing in his family, as he's got an older son that's playing college soccer right now. This one's going to be thrown in by Broughton. That's Broughton. I apologize. Walker, and Broughton will have the throw in once again. Bless you. Here's a throw in down the sideline. Emma Daniel will get a foot on it, and now they're going to say that Huffman pushed, and we'll have a free kick coming for Bigfork. It'll be taken by Mildred. Bigfork with a couple of yellow cards here in today's game, as we are at the 17-minute mark. Nelson's going to send this one, and a foot on it by Emma Daniel, but Bigfork will control. It's going to roll to the far side and stays in bounds. Von Dorsten is there to take it off the foot. Reese will challenge Von Dorsten, but Von Dorsten controls. Centers it to Walker. Walker with 1 on. The defender gets a foot on it, but Walker controls. Comes to the near side to Huffman. Huffman, who has space, comes up, and Nelson is there to challenge. Huffman gets around momentarily, and now she does. Now it's into the box, and we'll have a goal kick coming, as we have a substitution, and this is going to be number 9, Sarah Jiang, coming in for Lechner. It's the second time she was in this week. She's a 5'3" junior here at Loyola High School. Out of bounds, and it will be Broughton to take the throw. Down the near sideline, and Huffman will have the header on it. And we'll have another throw in coming for Bigfork, as they've got to chase the ball down. Boys coming up at 1 o'clock. As Bigfork chases this one down. And it'll be thrown in by Mildred. At the feet of Nelson. Mildred will send it, but Emma Daniel will get it on the short kick. Daniel across the face of the defender now to Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten challenged by Reese, and Reese will pick it up for Bigfork. Reese to push up the sideline, and taken away by Walker. Walker will send it ahead. Emma Daniel is there, and it's kicked right into the arms of the coach for Bigfork on the sideline. And Von Dorsten will have the throw-in. Down the near sideline, trying to go to Walker. Walker lets it roll by. She will control with 1 defender on. Walker behind the defender, now pushes up the field. She's got 1 on. Kopang sees she's offsides and stays onside. And Jiang will chase it down, but on the push is Broughton, out of bounds, and we'll have another throw-in. Johnston to throw very quickly. Trying to go to Walker. The header by the defender by Bigfork, kicked out of bounds, and we'll have another throw by Loyola. Just over 14 minutes left here in the game. Breakers with a good lead at 4-1. They are pushing themselves up the ladder in Class A soccer. Yes, Loyola is a Class B team. Yes, Bigfork is a Class B team, but the only two Class B teams, schools I should say, that have soccer programs. So they participate at the A level, and both teams make a good run for it. There's the header, back out of bounds, and the Breakers will have the throw in once again. Nope, they say it stays in bounds. Von Dorsten to control. Goes to Walker. Walker up the sideline with one on. Walker's going to push it up the sideline. Stalls the ball. She's got space, and now into Kopang. Kopang with a body on it, but Shuro will pick it up and waits for traffic to push out of the box. She's going to go ahead and walk it up to the edge of the box before she has the drop kick. And this one will roll out of bounds. Loyola to throw in on the near side. Loyola to sub. And it will be Johnston to come in as Hannah Bomas comes, or Isabella Johnston to come out. And it will be Lily Bomas, as this one is off the foot of Huffman, out of bounds, and Bigfork will have the throw in now. Walker through two defenders, controls, and now it's Lily Bomas. Bomas pushing up the far sideline with one defender on. She'll give it the boot, and now Walker to control. Walker gets around Reese on the dribble, pushes forward outside the box around the defender, and she'll go down. We're going to have a free kick coming just outside the box for the Breakers. Just over 12 minutes left. Beautiful day here in Missoula. As the Vals will set up a three-person wall in front of Walker. Lainey Walker to take it. She's got one goal on the day. She's averaging one goal per game. A couple of games she's had a hat trick. Here's the send, and round is there. Von Dorsten with a foot on it, and Bigfork will clear it out. Kopang is dropped back, and Emma Daniel will take a crack. Now Von Dorsten is there. Jiang, and it's fed ahead. Huffman with a stop on it. Emma Daniel fighting for it. And cleared to the near side. It's going to roll to out of bounds, and Huffman will have the throw. Very quickly, comes to Round. Round's going to center it up to Walker. Walker pushes through two defenders to control. Stops, stalls, and Walker will take the right-handed, booted it, and Lainey Walker in the 10th minute will have her second goal of the game, and she'll make it 5-1 Breakers. Ten and a half minutes left in the game. Oh, and there goes some of our napkins here, as the wind has picked up at Rollin Field. There we go, and Bigfork drops it back to Reese. Reese is going to send it ahead. Benz is there, who has the only goal for Bigfork. Now Nelson. And it is Von Dorsten. McKenna Round pushed up into the midfield position as Kopang is dropped back to play some defense, as well as Walker, which takes Von Dorsten up. McKenna Round now on the run. Nelson is there to take it off Round's foot, but Round playing through. Now Nelson will run the opposite direction, feeds it ahead, and a header by Grace Daniel will put it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in now. Will you hold on to that so it doesn't blow away? Throw in. Bounces over the head and out of bounds. Bigfork to throw, and it looks like it will be Benz to make the throw. Here's a throw in. Trying to go to Cumming. Reese will put a foot on it. And keeping it inbounds. Nope, they're going to say out of bounds, and the Breakers will have a throw in on the near side. Nope, they're going to say it is Bigfork. Benz with a throw into the box. Kopang to control. A foot on it. And now it's Walker inside the box. Walker's going to go ahead and send it upfield. Chased down by Cumming, and Jiang is there as Lily Bombas goes to the ground, and now Emma Daniel will pick it up. Reese is there. Emma Daniel feeds it ahead and picked up by Dahl. Dahl's going to go ahead and push it forward. Dahl's got Round on the near side and Jiang on the far side. In the middle of the field, trying to get around the defender is Dahl, and it's taken off the foot by Krutzinger. Dahl will get it back, drops it back to Von Dorsten. Von Dorsten centers it to Kopang. Kopang now sends it to the near side of the field. Round is there, but Bigfork's coming, gets a foot on it. Controlled by Emma Daniel. Daniel comes to the near side to Huffman. Huffman sends it upfield. There's Jiang. Jiang to Round. Round's going to get on it. Feeds it to Jiang, but not enough there. Fought for, and Cumming will take it out of the box. Here's Huffman. She gets in front of the midfielder for Bigfork, and now Cumming will send it out. Picked up by Grace Daniel. Grace Daniel is there with one Bigfork player on. Mano y mano, they say, and this is going to be a free kick as Payne put a little shoulder in. And will be Laney Walker to tee it up. Here's the chip. Into the box. 3 Breakers there. Off the head. This is going to roll out of bounds, and we'll have a goal kick coming for Bigfork. Just under 7 minutes left to play. Here's the boot. Lily Bombas is there. She'll fight for it with Reese. Reese and Bombas. Bombas with the block out. 2 defenders there for Bigfork. It rolls in Loyola's favor down the end line, out of bounds, and we have a Bigfork throw in. Boys coming up at 1, and then coming up this week, Stevie will be at Rollin Field on Tuesday with the ladies first, and then it will be a road trip for the for Rams and Breakers, as Bigfork will substitute. They'll make the long trip out to Frenchtown. Should be a good one. The boys beating Frenchtown for the first time ever here at Rollin Field just 2 weeks ago, and they're looking to see if they can do it again. That Frenchtown team is good this year. Both girls go down. This is going to be a free kick coming for Loyola. That Frenchtown team, they made it to the semifinal round last year, knocked out by Whitefish, as Kopang's going to take the free kick. She'll take her time as we just go under 5.5 minutes here at Rollin Field. And the official now ready to go. Here's the chip by Kopang. A foot on it, but Loyola's there. Bigfork now sends it ahead, and it's Nelson to come up with it for the Vals. Nelson will push it. She's got Huffman there, and a foot. This will be Bigfork throw in on the near side. Throw down the line. Walker with a foot on it, sends it to the end line, and Bigfork will throw again. Boys getting ready to go on the softball field still. Walker fights for it in the box, puts it on the out of bounds, and Bigfork will throw in again. Substitutions coming. McKenna Round coming off, as well as Huffman. Lechner will come in, and I believe that's Hannah Bomas coming in as well for Loyola. Bigfork will substitute as Lillian Peterson comes in. So Bigfork ready for the throw-in as we're at 3:45 left in the game. This is going to be into the box. Walker fighting for it. Controlled by Bigfork. Drop back, and now Benz will take the big boot. And out of bounds, Bigfork to throw it in once again. There's no harm in using the 12th man, as we call it, which is the sideline on the defensive side. And that one's kicked out once again, so Bigfork will throw in just about the same spot as where they threw in last time. Just hold on to that for a moment. We'll be done here in a minute, and you can throw it away. 3:07. Here's the throw-in. Emma Daniel to control. Daniel to push. Numbers favoring Bigfork. There's Jiang, and controlled by Bigfork. Pushed up the far sideline by Gunzler. Gunzler will go up the far sideline. Goes down, and a free kick coming for Bigfork. That's only their second free kick of the half, third of the game. So as we approach the 2-minute mark, Bigfork will take their time on the boot. It will be Gunzler to take it. She's going to send it into the box, and a foot on it by Walker. Setting up and taking the shot. A header by Grace Daniel, and this one will roll to Newman, and Newman will pick it up. Newman to take her time as traffic clears out of the box. Now the drop kick to midfield. Nelson with a foot on it, but Emma Daniel is there as well. And we've hit the 2-minute stoppage time. Nelson's going to send it into the box and picked up by Newman. Newman holds, jogs out to the goal line. And the drop kick. Hannah Bomas is there with Lechner. Lechner's going to try to get around with a foot on it. Nelson is there, though. Nelson to control. Lechner will not give up. Into the gut of Hannah Bomas, and Lechner will center it up. It's Jiang. Bigfork with a foot. Now drop back, and Emma Daniel. Emma Daniel goes to the far side. It's Lily Bomas. Lily up the far sideline and controlled by Gunzler. And Bigfork will punch it up the side. Kick back in by Von Dorsten, and Jiang will chase it down. Gunzler is there with Lily Bomas. Gunzler goes down, and Lily will control. Defender there. Bigfork gets a foot on it. And fought for Emma Daniel with a body. Emma Daniel to control. Daniel to the box. Daniel stops, stalls, centers it, and it's Dahl. Dahl with a high one, and off the hands. Hannah Bomas is there. Save by Schutt. Kicked upfield, and handball called, so free kick coming for Bigfork. Substitution waiting on the sideline for Loyola. We're inside the 2-minute stoppage time, so not quite sure whether they will get in because the clock has been stopped. Controlled by Peterson. Sent ahead, and Walker will kick it out of bounds. The boys set up on the sideline on the far side now, getting ready to go. The throw-in. Punched out of bounds, and another throw-in coming. Official checks his watch. Close to that stoppage as the ball is chased down. Bigfork ready for the throw-in. This is going to be a high lob. Nope, short into the box. Looked like she was going high into the box. And this one's kicked out of bounds. Throw in coming once again. Nelson with a boot on it. Out of bounds, and this will be a Loyola throw in. And that will allow the substitution. Grace Daniel to come off. Looks like maybe Isabella Johnston, and it is. Here's the throw in down the near sideline. Chasing it down is Nelson, and Johnston is there. Nelson sends it ahead, but Kopang to control. Kopang with a chip. Jiang settles to the far side, and it's picked up by Gunzler of Bigfork. Sent back into the Bigfork portion of the field. Chased down and controlled by Krutzinger. Out of bounds, and Loyola will have a throw in on the far side. The official checks his watch once again. It'll be Von Dorsten with the throw in on the far side. The header by Dahl, and it's Emma Daniel. Emma Daniel's going to chip it over the keeper's head, and that one will be a goal kick as it touched the upright for the football. Here's the kick. Hannah Bombs is there. Settles it to the ground. It's dropped back, and that's game, folks. Loyola Breakers are going to come away with a 5-1 win over Bigfork. You've been listening to Loyola Soccer on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. We'll have the boys game up right after this at 1 o'clock. Refresh, refill your favorite beverage, grab some popcorn, and we'll be back at 1.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.